We always joked about the creaking in the attic. Old house, bad beams, squirrels maybe. But now I wonder if it was never in the attic at all. Maybe it was already inside. It started with the smell, musky, like wet fur and rusted metal. It would come and go, sometimes stronger in the hallway, sometimes in the laundry room. My dad blamed the water heater. Mom said it was the old pipes, but it wasn't. Then it was the sounds. Soft hooves on tile, always just after 3 a.m. I thought it was the dog at first, but she refused to go near the hallway at night. Would just stand at the edge, tail low, whining. Then I started seeing him, just little flashes, in the mirror, at the edge of my bedroom door. Something tall, wrong-jointed, like a man almost, but too still, too quiet. My brother laughed it off, called it sleep paralysis, until the night I found him standing in the garage, barefoot, staring at the wall. I asked what he was doing. He didn't turn around, just said, "He's almost done." That was 2 weeks ago. Since then, my brother's been acting off. He repeats himself, forgets simple words, stares at the microwave like it's speaking to him. Last night, he asked me how long he's lived here. He was born in that room. Tonight, I found hoofprints in the basement dust. They came from inside the furnace, and they didn't leave. The furnace wasn't running, hadn't been in hours, but the metal casing was warm when I touched it. The hoofprints, small, cloven, too deep for dust alone, trailed out from the vents and across the concrete floor, circling once, twice, before stopping in front of the wall, behind the breaker box. They didn't lead back. I don't know why I did it. Curiosity, maybe, or something closer to fear. Like part of me already knew there'd be more. I moved the breaker panel aside. There was a crack in the concrete, not a structural one. This was deliberate. Cut clean, maybe a foot wide, black as tar inside. I crouched down and held my phone light to it. There were more prints. Going down, into the dark. I should have stopped there. I didn't. I wedged my fingers into the gap, braced my weight, and pulled. The wall shifted with a groan, dust pouring down like old ash. A panel swung open. There was a tunnel behind it, narrow, damp, root-veined and hollowed out like something chewed its way through the foundation. The air smelled like fur and fire. I went in. The walls were soft in places, breathing almost. The deeper I went, the warmer it got. My phone light flickered once, twice, then steadied. The prints changed too, got bigger, deeper. No longer just steps, now drag marks beside them, like something had started crawling on all fours. Then I heard it, breathing. Not mine, not close, but huge, wet, like lungs full of rot straining to hold back a growl. I should have turned around, but ahead I saw light, flickering orange, bouncing across rough dirt and stone. I crept closer, heart pounding, every step sinking into ground that felt too warm, too soft. The tunnel opened into a chamber, and in the middle of it, my brother, naked, kneeling, his back to me. His skin was covered in symbols, some carved, some burned in. His hands were outstretched toward the wall, trembling, and the wall. It wasn't a wall at all. It was a shape, huge, pressed into the dirt, a horned silhouette with limbs too long and a mouth too wide. It was sleeping or pretending to, its body curled into itself like a deer broken at the spine. But it was real. Every breath it took sucked the air from my lungs. My ears popped. My skin felt thinner just being near it. I tried to speak, but no sound came out. My brother turned to me. His eyes were gone. 2 holes. Empty. Still wet. He smiled, and the thing behind him moved. Not much. Just a twitch of its limb. But the tunnel groaned. and the hoof prints behind me started filling in with ash. I ran, didn't think, didn't breathe, just turned and sprinted back into the tunnel, hands scraping against wet stone, phone light swinging wildly with every stumble. Behind me, something moved. Not quickly, not like it was chasing me, just unfolding, stretching, remembering it had limbs. The tunnel walls felt narrower now, hotter, like I was running through a throat. Every breath tasted like copper and hair. I swear I felt fingers brush the back of my neck once, long and bone-thin. But I didn't stop. I burst back through the crawl space behind the breaker, slammed the panel shut, and pressed my entire weight against it like that would matter. The silence afterward was worse than the breathing, like the house itself was listening. I didn't tell anyone, not right away. I told myself I imagined it, that the gas furnace was leaking something, that I'd been sleep-deprived. I even tried to convince myself that the symbols carved into my brother's back were just hallucinations, until I saw them again, on me, faint at first, across my ribs, one over my collarbone, like something had traced them while I slept. They're darker now, and I don't sleep anymore. Neither does my brother. He just stands in the garage sometimes, humming a tune I don't recognize. Last night, I watched him from the hallway for nearly 10 minutes before I realized I was already standing next to him. He turned and smiled at me, but so did the other one. And now, I don't know which one of us came back up from the tunnel.